Welcome back, guys. Yay. Week two. Week two. We made it to week two. Hopefully, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with what we went over week one. Now, the thing is, we're laying the platform here for what we will be doing in our 75 consistency day challenge. So if you are feeling a little uncomfortable with what we went over last week, please make sure to one, go back and rewatch the video. If you're not a numbers person, go back and rewatch it. I'm not a numbers person. It takes me a while to absorb those things. Number two, if you still are struggling, message me. Let's sit down and look at your monthly plan. Make sure you have your monthly plan down and that you're recording your daily activity in your on some folder, notebook, action calendar, wherever that may be. Okay. So you want to make sure you're doing that. Now, let me know. Let's see it. How are you recording? Like I said previously, and I've got a million papers here as I'm trying to get these trainings done for you, is I use my action calendar. Okay. I write down my PV, my company volume, and if we increased it all. Now we're all here at different levels, and I understand that. So if you are going protege to pink, or you're going pink to pink plus one, that company volume may look a little bit different. So our personal volume, how much we bring in, also counts towards our company volume. So let's say you're a pink with no team members and you have $500 personal volume in. Okay. Your $500 personal volume goes towards company volume. So you'd have $500 company volume. Now, if you had team members in there, your company volume would look different because it would add your volume and their volume together to make your company volume. So I wanted to make sure that's clear. So we're really watching trends and what's going on in our business. And you may see trends. You may not see trends yet with your numbers. You're going to have to give it time. It is something that is important to start, but you just don't often see much until you get a couple weeks into it, even a couple months into it. I often refer back to my previous monthly numbers. So don't get hung up on that. The biggest part of that is just the consistency of recording it at this point. And last week we talked about the big picture being our monthly goals, where you're at and where you're going. And we kind of broke that down, talked about making your personal goal doable, but pushing yourself, adding new people in, focusing on that annual award. And also talking about where you're at rank wise and where you're going. Where do you want to go? What does that rank mean for you? So printing off the pay plan may be something you want to do. I keep this on my desk all the time because if I'm helping somebody or you're looking for yourself, it's important to know where you're at and where you have to go. So like we talked about last week, is being pink plus one and moving to pink plus two is something that's going to take time. It's not always 1 month you're pink one month you're pink two. It's a progressive change over time, and you've got to make those goals doable and attainable. So we looked at that big picture. We're going to get more specific with that. Okay. We did mention that is super important to have 4 parties a month. At least that's your minimum, 4 parties a month. And I'm going to reiterate this depending on where you're at. As a leader, I try to at least have 5. okay? And one of those is in case people cancel. Another one's usually one I'm personally doing. Like this month, I'm doing an inventory reduction sale. And then I want 3 to 4 other ones that I'm meeting new people, exposing Posh to them, sharing Posh with them, the opportunity, the booking with them to keep my business moving. So your monthly goal of where you're at and where you're going, we're going to break down. You're going to continue to record your numbers daily, and you're going to make sure if you don't, you have 4 parties on your books this month, next month, and going forward. Okay. So now we move on. Please continue to look at and record and ask questions on those things. But one of the things I want to talk about before we break into this weekly plan sheet is as we get into the 75 consistency challenge, I have an assessment for you. So there's a weekly assessment. I made a Google Doc. I uploaded the link there. The link's there. You can click on it and look at it. And that is actually something that you're going to do each week. Now, right now, we're just getting into the routine of doing it, and I'll explain why we do it. But take a look at it. See what questions are asked on the weekly assessment. We're going to break down your weekly focus sheet, and we're going to make sure we're doing 1 party a week, or at least for a month. Okay. Part of success is really evaluating what works and what doesn't work and how you can change and modify it. Okay. So our daily numbers will begin to show trends that we can look at and compare as we consistently keep track, such as where are you? Where's your team compared to last month? Are we trending week to week with increases, or are we not trending with an increase? Should you or your team, are we lacking in parties? Are we lacking in sales? Are we lacking in recruiting? Those are things that really become apparent when you really write down and assess and evaluate what's going on in your business. You just don't fly by the seat of your pants. You actually have to pay attention. You have to write it down, and you have to look at what's working and what's not working. So part of our consistency challenge is helping you do just that. So each week by Saturday or Sunday, you can choose your day, self-care Sunday, or maybe you have time on Saturday, you will need to fill out the weekly Google Doc. So I'm going to show you that first. We're going to go over this. This not only will give me feedback on what you're doing, but also help you really look at areas that are going well or may need more focus. So let's start out. I'm going to give you a look at that sheet. So hopefully our screen shares will work today. Okay, let me pull our sheets up. I should have them all here for you. Not that one. We want to pull this up, and we're going to pull up our weekly consistency check-in. So on Saturday or Sunday, each week, and this is something that we're going to incorporate in the 75-day challenge, is at least once a week, on the weekend before you go into the next week, you're going to do a weekly consistency check-in. And this is kind of what it's going to go over for you. It says up here, making progress in your business means looking closely at what is working and what is not working and adjusting. Use this sheet to evaluate last week and focus on the week to come. So there's a few short answer questions. You can write these down in a notebook too for your own reference. It'll let you email your responses to yourself, and I will also be looking at these. So what is 1 to 2 successes you had this week? So I'm going to want you to really look at whether it be numbers personally, numbers team-wise, booking parties, successfully doing something you were scared to do. It could be anything that's part of your business. 1 to 2 successes you had this week. What didn't go as planned? You also want to look at what didn't go as planned. You want to look at the good things, but you also want to look and evaluate the things that didn't go as planned. What did you learn about those things that didn't go as planned? So you don't just want to say, hey, so and so didn't go as planned. You want to actually sit down, look at it, evaluate it, assess it. What could have went differently? What could have I had done differently? Who can I connect to get help with? Okay. So that would also go into, what did you learn? Okay. So maybe you haven't learned anything yet, but you have the goal of connecting with someone to help you learn. How could you do better? So no matter what it is, how could you do better this week? Maybe it's not even a part of what didn't go as planned, but maybe there's something that you want to do better this week. So you're really going to set that goal. What are you changing for this week, or what is your main focus as you go into this next week? And what questions or comments do you have for me? It's just a simple assessment, you guys. We're going to really break down your weekly goals, but each week, if you can stop just for a minute before you start planning the week going ahead, stop for a few minutes, go into the Google Doc, fill it out, be honest with yourself, send yourself your replies, and go back to them, you guys. Go back and look at what you said, what you wanted to work on. This is really an important part of your business, and not many of us do this. We'll be like, oh, so and so didn't go as planned, but we don't sit and focus on what we could have done differently or how we can make it better. So this is really going to help you assess that each and every week. So you will continue with what you're doing week 1, and these are the things that you will add on with week 2. Okay, so let me go back, stop screen share. There I am again. Hello, hello. So hopefully that makes sense. We are going to move on to our weekly sheet. So hopefully you have that printed off. I have my little cheat sheet here so I don't forget what I want to talk to you guys about. So we're going to talk about weekly goals. Okay, so you have this weekly plan. Now we're still looking at our team and we're still looking at our personal business. Okay, now you're going to need your monthly, because you're going to take your big picture and break it down into weekly focuses. Okay, so with your PV, for example, whatever your personal volume is, let's use $1,000. Your goal is $1,000 this month, right? So you're going to want to break that down into 4 weeks. Okay, how much do you need each week to accomplish that $1,000 goal? Okay, so you would need 250 a week, right, in personal volume. You're also going to be looking at the way your team is trending, where you need them to end, and where they're currently at. But the easiest way right now with yourself is, are you doing your own job? Are you getting your personal volume? Are you booking your parties? Are you planting seeds for the business opportunity? And the easiest way to do that is to break it up into 4 weeks. Okay, if you get halfway through the month and you don't have your parties on the books, and you haven't talked to any of your potentials about joining, you're in trouble. And that's where that assessment's going to help you stay on track with your weekly goals. Okay, so you should have 1 party on the books, and that is going to help you with your booking. Okay, because from parties, you want to book more parties. It's easier to do it that way. And you're also going to focus on your recruiting focus in those bookings, because your best recruits are going to come from your hostess and people you build relationships with in your parties. Okay, you're also going to look at when you're looking at that PV you need to hit for the week. Those parties are going to help with that PV. But you also need to focus on what else are you doing to hit that personal volume, or to increase that personal volumes. Let's say your bookings flop. What else do you have going on? Are you doing something with the feature of the week? Do you have your own little activity going on? You need to be very conscious of where you're at with your PV. Now, you need to be specific and break down your large goal. How are you tracking? Did you make numbers the month before, or are you way ahead? So, when we're looking at our team, we broke down our personal volume into 4 weeks. But now when we're looking at that weekly plan for our team, this is where those tracking those numbers is going to be, it's going to really show as you go month by month by month. Because if you're tracking in January and February, so when you're in February and you go back to January 4th, and on February 4th, your team is trending about the same, that lets you know, do I need to increase, decrease, add more people? It just gives you a lot more feedback. So how is your team tracking? Who are you working with? So all of that is here, you guys, on this plan. Okay, we took the big picture, we're breaking it down. My personal volume for this week is $250. Where are you? So if your monthly end goal is to get from pink +1 to pink +2, where are you at? Where do you need to go to get closer to that for next month? Okay. Now, the biggest part of this also is the biggest part is looking at those small steps each week. Now, if 1 week you come in, you're supposed to, okay, let's say you do week 1, you hit 250, good. The next week, your goal is 250 again, and you fall short, okay? That only means you have more to catch up that next week. So assessing it each week keeps you from falling too far behind. Same with your team. That's also why we talk about mid-month check-ins, okay? Mid-month, you're there. You're in the middle of the month. How are you trending? Where are you at? Where are you going? And how is it looking for the next month? Okay, as far as booking goes, that's your mid-month check-in. So it is super important to assess, evaluate, and plan your weekly focus. So I want you to show us in the comments. Number 1, I want you to look at that self-assessment, and I want you to do it either Saturday or Sunday. You're going to look at this week. How did you do? You're going to assess, evaluate, and you're also going to plan for the next week. What do you need to do? And that's going to go back to your weekly plan sheet. What do you need for your personal volume? What do you need to do with your team? Who are you working with? Now, if you're working with yourself, pretty darn easy, right? You just got to keep track of yourself. But if you're here to grow a business, that's where this sheet can get super specific for you, because it has you write down the people that you are working with in the different rank levels. So if you're a pink +2, you may have a couple pinks, a couple pink +1s, and you may have a few people in their 30, 60, 90 day. Who are you working with? This makes it very intentional that you're seeing their names and you're making those specific connections with them throughout the week. And you're helping them, you're guiding them, you're helping them with the launch party, you're walking them through questions, you're directing them, you're showing them how you do things so that they can replicate it. So this weekly plan, I will want you to fill this out and show this to us, okay? Show this to us. One more topic we're going to cover today is consistency in your business, okay? Now, I hate this, and you guys will learn to hate this if you're not consistent. Have you ever had somebody say to you, or even lately, have you had anybody say to you, are you or do you still sell Posh? That's kind of like a red flag. Are you or do you still sell Posh? Yikes, right? Yeah. Creating consistency in your business, in your social media, in your team page is our next focus. How am I going to do this? How am I going to help you with this? Schedules, okay? Not an exact schedule, but guidelines to help you develop your own. You want to be authentic and you need to make it fit your style and your life and how you can see it working into your life. Okay. So we are going to break this down, especially with COVID. We have been so much more social media driven that having these schedules and doing these things is going to help you really focus and create duplicatable systems, not only for yourself, but for your team members to see what you're doing and also help direct them. So, again, no matter if you're here just yourself and you want to make this consistency, planner just for you and what you have to do, or if you're here and you have a team and you'll be creating your own along with a team consistency calendar. This is where you make sure you don't drop the ball. You have to be present. I don't care if it's 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, people need to see you and know what you do. That's where you will stop that conversation of, do you still sell Posh? Okay. So I have put together a few things for you that I want to show. So you can also print these off. These will help you. So I'm going to screen share again, my friends. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's our weekly check-in. We're going to minimize this. We already talked about our weekly plan, so I'm going to move this over here because we may reference this. And I have 3 different things I want to talk about. Okay, this right here is a general guideline that we have that we use for our community leads. Okay, it also is one thing you have to realize is when you create a consistency calendar, sometimes like post topics for social media, post topics or things you're doing for your business can be both business for yourself and for your team. And you'll see this in this weekly focus we've done up as topic examples. So right here, you'll see weekly focus and it says add to these topic ideas as you wish. So this is just going to be an ideas for you. So you have your days, Monday through Sunday, that you want to be present in your business in some way for your customers and for your team. So Mondays, for example, for me is morning mingle at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is my time to connect with you. We go over what's going on for the week, what's going on for the month. We do small trainings. This is something that is super easy for me to schedule in every single week to be consistent with my team. Now, a morning mingle for your customers could mean that you go live talking about the feature of the week. And you do that every single Monday morning at the same time. You're creating a consistency with your posting, your presence, and what you do. Also on here, we have goals for the week. This is more team focused, you guys. So we're looking at what are your goals for the week? Maybe you use this time to work with your teams about their weekly plan. Where are they at? Where are they going? Top 3 to 5 action items for the week. So again, you're looking at that big picture. This is what we want to do this week. What do you have, or this month, what do you have going on this week? And what 3 to 5 things are you focused on? Again, a lot of this will be team focused right here, but the things that you do in your team can also be done in a way with your customers. So Tuesday, let's look at Tuesday. Tip Tuesday, that's a huge one. That one's super easy to do customer and team page the same. Okay, so maybe you jump on your team page on Tuesday. Tuesday's your tip Tuesday, and you share different tips about a product, about one of the ones we've done before is different ways to save on products, cutting the tube open and getting the last bits of product out. That's a tip that a lot of people don't know. So you share those tips on your team page, and then you can go share those on your business, on your customer page, whether that's on your business page, VIP page, however you want to do it. We also work a lot on Tuesday on Train Your Brain. That will be more team focused. Are they getting involved in the Tuesday trainings? Again, just walking through this, and I put this in the documents for you to print off, and you can use it as a reference, okay? This, again, like I said, is more team focused, but what you do with your team can also replicate very well with what you do with your customers. But I would highly suggest focusing on, I love to do things that are similar, like Monday, motivation. Tuesday, tip Tuesday. Wednesday, wow me Wednesday. What do you have going on in your life? Wow me with what you're doing. Thursday, throwback Thursday. Talk about a throwback product. Friday, fun day Friday. Trivia, and make that the fun giveaway Friday. Saturday, connections. Maybe you're doing a party over the weekend. Maybe you're handing out samples. Maybe you're having an open house. And Sunday, self-care Sunday. And we've really incorporated that into Posh Crew as being a time to plan for your week, take some time out for yourself, and post a selfie of yourself pampering or taking care of yourself on Sunday. And this can be replicated, again, like I said, on your customer page and on your team page. And you want to design something that, again, is you. It's authentically you. It's something that you can consistently do and replicate. And just make it fun. Make it fun. And like I said, you can do a lot of the same things that you do in your team page and your customer page on certain days. Okay. So with that said, you can print that off as a reference. I made and have 2 different documents for you, and you can decide how you want to do this. The social media planner was actually something we have in our Posh planner that I designed up, and it really keeps you on track for your social media posting throughout the week. Okay, now we always suggest 1 to 2 areas that you're focused on, like Facebook and Instagram, or just don't try them all. Start out with 1, maybe do 2. And this would be a great way you could plan what you're going to post for your team, plan what you're going to post for your customers. Maybe have your topic here and check mark it off once you've completed it. You can use this the way that works best for you. Now over here is what I want you to focus on. This is your consistency plan, okay? Activity is everything, and it begins with me. So this portion up here, I want you to start creating your consistency plan. Your consistency plan on being present on your social media and within your business on a daily basis, especially since this is where we have been lately and more often. Okay. So right here, you're going to print this off, and you're going to go through, and you're going to write down your topic or focus for the week. So again, like I said, maybe Monday is Motivational Monday. So every Monday on your customer VIP page, your business page, you are putting up a motivational quote. Okay, that's what you want to do. That's you. That's authentically you. That's what you want to share. Tuesday, Wednesday, and I want you to go through and I want you to fill this out and I want you to share it with us. So you're sharing your weekly plan and you're sharing your consistency plan. And you can choose if this social media planner is something you would like to put in your toolbox to use either now or going forward. We all find things that work for us. But my main focus here right now is for you to get the plans figured out so that the consistency can fall into place easier. Okay. So take some time this week. Let's stop the share, go back to me. Take some time this week and come up with your plan. Remember, your team learns from your lead. So when you're doing these things and you're creating these consistency plans on social media, share what you're doing with your team members, especially if they're not in this training or they didn't see this training. Share with what you're doing. Teach them what you're doing because they will replicate the good behaviors that you do. They'll replicate bad behaviors you do, but we want to spotlight the good behaviors. Show them what you're doing. And like I said, some customer days and team days will be the same. Okay, and that's okay because your customers aren't on your team page, right? Or they shouldn't be on your team page. So your action for the week, let's wrap this up, my friends. Your action for the week is to continue with your number recording. You already did your monthly plan. You already shared your monthly plan with me. You're just going to continue with your number recording, your personal volume, your company volume, and new team members. How many team members have you added each and every day? Okay. You're going to work on, what else do we have? Your weekly. You're going to break down that monthly into weekly focus. You're going to break the how much PV you need each week, where are you currently at this week. So if it was the second week of the month, you should be having some PV in already, right? If not, this weekly goal, second week, is going to be larger because you're dividing it by 3 weeks, not 4, because you didn't do anything the first week, right? So we want to start strong. So where are you at? Where are you going? Again, like I said, that can be a focus on PV. That can be focusing on, I need to recruit this month. That can be focused on looking at the rank from Pink +1 to Pink +2 and how close you are there and what you need this week to get even closer to that Pink +2 rank. So it could be several things. You have to really start focusing on what's going to move the needle in your business. Okay. Reflect. Okay, so do the assessment. Look at the assessment and do the assessment for your first time on Saturday or Sunday of this week. It will continue to be something that you do every Saturday and Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, if you take the 75 consistency challenge with us, because I will have you take an assessment each week. Okay. That will be part of your consistency challenge. And then I want you to plan your consistency action. Make it and start it. Okay. Activity is everything and it begins with me. So you're going to you're going to print those off. You're going to make yourself a consistency action plan for your social media, customer, and team. You're going to make it and you're going to start it. Okay. You're not just going to look at it. You're actually going to start implementing it. Okay. We're working, and each week we're learning and doing new things, and we're refining and doing a little bit more each week and adding to it. So you should start feeling like, okay, I have my month in a view. I know what we need. Okay. I have my week, what we need each week to focus on. Now, how am I doing that? I have a party a week, and I'm working on actionable things in my social media and business world, whether it be your customers, your VIP, your business page. And I'm also working with my team. I'm staying consistent and present. So you don't get that. Do you still sell Posh? Are you still with Posh? You don't want that. They want to know where you're at, that you love what you do, and this is the surest way to do it. So thank you guys. Unit 2 or week 2, here you go. You're done. Now it's time to take action and go do it. Remember, activity is everything, and it begins with me. So you have to start today. Do your activities, show me in the comments, and keep working it out. You guys are doing this. I'm super proud of you.